Elliott has the first down and more, and Elliott's going to have a touchdown on 4th and 1. Elliott.
This was like the moment of the breakthrough before the major breakthrough, right? This was the Zeke. Here I am. I'm here. I'm really good at this. And if JT Barrett's not here and they ask me to do more, I can do more.
Barrett pulling it back, and wide open Nick Van Ant, who scored a first half touchdown.
I love Corey.
Take a look at Corey Smith.
Boomed his little shit, man. I love Corey, bro. Okay, doing another look back, right? And I asked for suggestions, and one of the things people suggested was the 3-game run, Wisconsin, Alabama, Oregon as part of the look back. Now, it's rivalry week. Obviously, we got to go beat Michigan this year. And what I thought about was that 14 year was the introduction to the JT Barrett rivalry, that JT Barrett had to the rivalry. So I was like, you know what? The same way that Julian Sand has his introduction this Saturday, I want to go and do a watch through of a look back of the JT Barrett introduction that set up maybe the most historic 3-game stretches ever, because I don't think a lot of people remember this game. So this is 2014 Ohio State, Michigan. Just going to go through it the same way I did before. While you're here, make sure you like and sub. Let's get right into it.
And the 111th edition of the game is underway. Norfleet on the goal line. And nowhere to go. He is wrapped up and thrown down at the 10.
And this is a condensed game, right? So this isn't like the highlights. This is the full condensed game. I feel like this game in particular was pretty forgotten about because of the 3-game run that happened afterwards.
Jeez. An easy pick for Von Bell.
The ball to a check down simple, and then he gets off schedule and tries to float the ball over.
I loved Von Bell. Von Bell was literally my hero. Just a superstar. Some great calls with Von Bell throughout the years.
Over to Darboh. And this has been the Achilles heel of Michigan all season long.
Wichita Falls, Texas hands it off. Ezekiel Elliott able to power for 6.
And this was before Zeke was like recognized as one of the nation's best back. Like this was like the pre-breakout tour for a lot of these guys, right? Like obviously like JT Barrett, like people knew who he was, but like not a lot of people were super familiar with like Zeke. Because Zeke's kind of blow-up came during that playoff. So, also, Devin Gardner wearing number 98 was so atrocious. So little swag.
Barrett will throw here on 2nd down, and wide open is Michael Thomas. A first down to the Michigan 20.
Quick throws.
On the option, here's Barrett keeping. He's inside the 20. Career today. On 2nd and 3, a pass out on the flat, and Michigan to the ball. Evan Spence. Here's Elliott getting the first down inside the 5. Elliott stretching for the goal line. Getting to the ball. Evan Spence.
Hey guys, it's rivalry week and we're trying to get to 5,000 subs, so make sure you keep liking the video, commenting, and subbing and sharing. It all helps us greatly. Later on this week, we've got Tyler McCormick breaking down his favorite Ohio State Michigan game. That's a great one. And then we've got a joint look back with me and Ron. So make sure you stay tuned. Keep an eye out. And then obviously we are also going to have the watch party on Saturday for the game. So tap in, and we appreciate all of you. Again, hitting 4,200 subs has been awesome. And yeah, shout out Dead Air Sports.
Here's Elliott getting the first down inside the 5. Elliott stretching for the goal line and out of bounds.
Ezekiel Elliott is the player on Ohio.
Because like up to this point, like I think Kris Drew in 2014 like valued like the Jalen Marshalls of the world more than I value the Zekes of the world, just because like JT Barrett was so good rushing the football that I thought Zeke was really good. I didn't think he was going to be superstardom the way that he ended up being after the fact.
State's offense that jumps off the tape when I watch. He is a physical player. You see the effort. Looks like he goes out to be a factor for Ohio State.
Down and goal. As you saw in the replay, Elliott definitely short. And there's
ball start. Offense number 54.
I feel like this team in particular had a lot of goal line issues.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
The touchdown. Barrett dumping it off.
Maybe goal line penalties was the wrong word. Or like the weird, like get to the 1 yard line and have the setback. Or maybe that's just from like Cardale, but like that's great play design here too.
It's the touchdown.
Oh my God.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
The touchdown.
Has him here. Making it look like he's got to block him. Like it's a run play. Baits him. Like I'm about to shut things down and block him. Slips through. Wide open. Great tight end play.
Barrett dumping it off. And it's a touchdown for Nick Van Eck. The Buckeyes strike first.
Michigan was all-out blitz.
Big Ten record, 43 tutties for JT Barrett. Again, redshirt freshman. This was his first taste of the rivalry game.
And Urban Meyer.
2 against Virginia Tech back on September 6th, but the points. Barrett to Van Eck, 7-0 Buckeyes. Obviously, those turnovers are going to play a big role. If Michigan is going to get some takeaways, they can't give it away themselves as Norfleet is hit at the 20-yard line. And Gardner trying to set up the screen. Ohio State all over it as Curtis Grant drops Justice Hayes for a loss.
Justice Hayes. Curtis Grant was super underrated. Obviously, like Raekwon was like a superstar, but like I love Curtis. Curtis is awesome, and it's cool to see him shot out like a cannon. Good tackle, heart and soul of this team.
A 4 on the play.
Kayla 67 gets out, but does.
You know, I said it on the show with Ron that like it's hard to quantify like what Lathan Ransom meant a year ago. Just like it's hard to quantify what Curtis Grant meant this year, and it's hard to quantify what the Styles brothers mean this year. And the best way I could describe it is like the heartbeat of not just the defense, but the team. Not the best player, but definitely the heartbeat. There's a little something extra that you can feel when it comes to kind of how they play the game.
Doesn't have his head on a swivel. Jack Miller, the center, not able to get to Curtis Grant, and that feels good as a senior to make that.
In yards. Going to be a run play here to Johnson, a big hole, and Johnson has the first down to the 31. Ohio State coming after Gardner. He's in trouble, and Gardner is sacked at the 20-yard line. Adolphus Washington.
Look at that, dude. Steve Miller, precursor. Darren Lee, Joey Bosa. I think Joshua Perry's in there too. This was a crazy crew.
And was there first for Ohio State.
Oh, Adolphus Washington was so underrated too. Just side note.
For Michigan, you got to keep your head up, move your feet. Adolphus Washington and Michael Bennett, those two defensive tackles for Ohio State have created problems for offenses all year. And as soon as you try to double team those guys.
There as well. They're 2nd and 20, and they're going to run Norfleet. And he's wrapped up at the 24. A 3-yard pickup. First down and got onto the ground. And Gardner in trouble again and sacked. Untouched was Darren Lee. Gardner sacked twice.
Inside, nobody blocks Lee, and that's just too easy. And it's the
Will Hogrup punting from his 5-yard line, and Jalen Marshall, who scored 4 consecutive touchdowns, he muffed it and scooped it up. And Marshall is loose inside the 40, bouncing off of tacklers and finally brought down.
Bro, so I just watched the J.K. Dobbins game when he had 4 touchdowns in 19 last time Ohio State beat Michigan. I'll link it somewhere. But again, like the ball bouncing right up to you, like, okay, the football gods want Ohio State to win this game. Jalen Marshall was probably my favorite player on this team. I don't know why I don't remember that muff punt, but I mean, talk about explosive punt return. Like, he was so dynamic.
4 consecutive touchdowns. He muffed it and scooped it up.
Hold up, dude. To muff a punt and make a dude miss like this is gross. Drops it there. This guy enters the scene as he's picking it up. As he's picking it up, he enters. I'm going this way. You're going that way. Here you are. Here I am. And I'm going to split these. I love Jalen Marshall, dude. That's one of my low-key dream interviews. Oh, spin move. Spin move.
During the return, holding number 34 on the return team. 10 yards from the end of the run.
Making Troy Smith's mark. Here's Elliott picking a hole. Down at the 35. They'll keep it on the ground here with Elliott. First down and more. Inside the 30. Inside the 30, Tom. With Elliott. First down and more. Inside the 30. Inside the 30, Tom. And Barrett off play action. In trouble. On the ground here with Elliott at the 30.
You know, I just want to say this, Bo Jackson gives you a little bit of this, not quite Zeke caliber, but gave you some runs today that make you feel like, okay, I can turn a 3-yard run into a 6-yard run, a 6-yard into a 9-yard run. I mean, this from Zeke was awesome. When I talk about, getting skinny in the hole and, making somebody miss and, stretching a play that maybe shouldn't get stretched, this is what I'm talking about.
They'll keep it on the ground here with Elliott. First down and more. Inside the 30. Inside the 30, Tom. And Barrett off play action. In trouble. And throws it away. There's Braxton, who's in attendance today.
Match, but every week he's gotten better this season.
On second and long, nowhere for Elliott to go. You talked about Michigan. Barrett with time. And a long throw that's incomplete. He made up his mind to punt the football.
Still fourth down.
And not what. First down on its 20. And a quick throw into the flat to Devin Funchess. And he's out to the 25 for Rick on first down. Play fake here for Gardner. And hits Funchess again. It's doing it off.
I admit, I dislike most Michigan players. I didn't mind Funchess. I thought Funchess was a cool little player. But catch a pass from number 98 is so whack to me, though, too.
Offensively is for him to run the football.
Here's Johnson straight ahead, and this time he's wrapped up at the point of attack. They're looking down at 9. And Gardner going to take off. And Gardner hit at the 40. He'll be stopped short. Inside 4 minutes to go. And it's Carriage, the up man, getting the handoff. And Gardner has a ton of time looking deep. Single coverage going for Funchess. And it's caught inside the 15.
Funchess, again, that's Akron legend of Durant Grant, who I'm sure is going to get his lick back. Obviously, national champion as well. I love Durant. Got to meet Durant at Paris Campbell's camp over the summer, and was a really cool experience moment for me.
Gardner in trouble. Fires complete for the drive 4 69 yards. The big pass to Funchess, and then the touchdown to Butt. And Barrett's pass is wide to the end.
That's our first. This team had everybody, dude, but our first Michael Thomas target.
Elliott with a big hole. He's across the 30. Coach Meyer. Here's Barrett going to keep, and he is drilled, but able to bounce off of the tackle.
With his team.
Barrett to the air here on first down, in trouble. Barrett taking off, and Barrett gets hammered at the. And here's Elliott in trouble, and he is slammed up. And Barrett to throw, looking for Marshall, who's covered. Barrett taking off, and Ryan takes him down. He's getting chewed out by the Buckeye coaching staff. And trying to pin Michigan deep here. Norfleet will let it go. And the Buckeyes will down this one at the 5-yard line. After that great punt, here's Johnson, finds a hole. Out past the 10. Second and 4. They'll keep it on the ground with Johnson. Got Carriage out there, springing into the 20. Great block by the fullback. Michigan with more yards than Ohio State. As Gardner looks deep, had protection, and going for Funchess. Another catch.
Hey, it looks like Devin was doing his little thing. Now, obviously, Durant Grant, I'm sure gets his lick back, but it was funny. I don't remember much of this game. I remember the 3 that came afterwards, but I do not remember much of this game.
Another first down. Here's Funchess juggling, now securing, and wrapped up at the 46-yard line. 7 straight completions after the pick. Here's Johnson, grabbed from behind by Adolphus Washington, and tackled.
Was that a horse collar?
Play action. Gardner has a completion and a first down, and Carriage is carrying defense. Ohio State 42. Here comes a play fake, and Gardner in trouble, hit, and the arm was going forward.
Washington is just getting off the football on Kyle Kalis. The ball coming.
Adolphus and Joey kind of wrecked this game. And this game was important, I think, at the time to get style points because Ohio State was the number 6 team in the country, I believe, behind TCU and behind Baylor. And so this was a little bit of a tricky mess. But I'll have to double check that.
Forward, both.
You got to respect play action. You got to respect Gardner running the football as well. He's to the 36 here. Norfleet into the backfield. Here's a blitz. Gardner dumps it off to Norfleet. And it's a beautiful call. Norfleet hurdling. Johnson met at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Gardner inside the 25. Breaks the tackle. And inside the 15.
Dude, Devin Gardner would have been someone that I kind of rocked with if he didn't have that, like, awful jersey number.
Yard line for against Indiana a year ago. Here's Johnson. He's smothered. That's on this possession. Gardner to the air on 2nd down and 9.
Oh, the Devin Funchess at the top of the screen.
Gardner steps up and runs. And he's outside to the 5. Gardner hit and out of bounds. And here's Johnson. Powering to the goal line and in. The worst start you could possibly have for the Wolverines, but scored on the first one, but then had to punt on the second one.
Rivalry games, man. 6 versus unranked. Still a dogfight. Yikes.
It'll be a touchback. It will from the team. And you see Worley getting into it for Ohio State in the game last year in Ann Arbor. And Elliott not much off the right side.
Dude, JT Barrett acting like he still has the football like in the middle of a contact is like insane. That's carrying out a fake, right?
Getting into it for Ohio State in the game last year in Ann Arbor.
Like, look, he knows he doesn't have the ball. But let me spin out of this like I've got the football.
And Elliott not much off the right side. Elliott trying to get the corner across the 30-yard line. He'll come up short of the. And hit is Samuel for a situations. I've got a
first Curtis Samuel mention.
Punt again here, 3rd straight punt. Norfleet signaling. And here's Drake Johnson. Cuts it back, and he gets pulverized by Steve Miller.
Steve!
Let's play
Steve
this rivalry,
decked
and they
it,
will
bro.
tell you it is the most.
Gardner getting outside the pocket and dumping it off. A beautiful play to Justice Hayes for 16 minutes. Play fake for Gardner. And going to the sideline. Excellent. 4 minutes to go here in the half. A pitch to Johnson on 1st down. Looking for the cutback. Penalty flag down. Those games.
Holding. Offense number 82. 10 yards from the previous spot.
10 of 13 since that pick. And a throw here on 1st down and 20. And wide open in the.
And
came out there
to the ground. He cupped it.
Play clock at 1. Another pass play. Gardner in trouble. Level the sack by Bennett. Michigan going backwards on this drive.
Passing situation, they are almost impossible to block. Bosa with the quickness. And the left tackle, left guard combination for Michigan overmatched.
They'll keep it on the ground here. Play it safe with Justice Hayes. And Hogger up, good punter. Going to kick it deep to Marshall, who's only had his hands on the ball once, and that was on a punt return, and he muffed it. That one, but trailing here by 7 late in the 2nd quarter. Barrett off a play fake. Everybody covered. And Barrett's pass. Barrett 3 of 8 passing. And a design quarterback run. Barrett powers for the 1st down.
3 of 8 to start the game from JT Barrett is kind of crazy, too. kind of crazy, but he had legs. And honestly, like I think at this point of the season, we had seen so many like slower starts from him that like this was no surprise. Now I wonder if this year, like if we'll be able to kind of, as a fan base, mentally hold up for a slow start. Julian starts off slow, which I don't think he will. I think the big goal will be scheming him up throws, but like we were so used to JT Barrett's slow starts, but the legs being a thing really like got it going. And also like this team was like the team of belief because, you know, people didn't expect them to win the national title.
Penalty marker down. And again, everybody covered downfield. Another flag is thrown. And Barrett gets.
There were 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal shift. On the offense, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask. Offense number 50. 15 yards from the previous foul. Illegal shift.
Urban looked young here, man. He looked good, man.
On the offense, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, face mask. Offense number 50. 15 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first.
Win. Little shovel pass here to Corey Smith, and he has stood up at the 20-yard line.
We need to start doing that.
And Barrett's pass pulled in, and
yeah, Mike.
Was Michael Thomas. You see Elliott. Barrett faking it to him, and going to take off. Breaks a tackle, gets the first down, stays in bounds before he's running.
He was kind of settling in right here and really kind of getting it going. Again, like, I don't remember like this game being down 14-7 in the first half.
At the 49.
Well, an athletic, but look at the decision. If he throws that swing pass, it'd be tipped and incomplete or intercepted. So the decisions that JT Barrett has been making.
And Barrett to the air. And got a man coming open and making the catch is Corey Smith. Trying to get up to the line here. And definitely a catch.
Ball was a little bit low. Ball one time it was high. If JT Barrett hits Corey Smith in stride there, that might have scored on a touchdown.
Review. Ruling on the field of a completed pass stands. First out.
Clock will start. Off play action, and Barrett gonna take a shot inside the 5. The catch is made, but out of bounds was Devin Smith. Barrett again to the air. Gonna swing it to Samuel inside the 30, and he gets hammered out of play. Michigan handles this. Barrett gonna take a shot to the end zone. Jump ball broken up. Barrett gonna take a shot to the end zone. Jump ball broken up.
I know Zach had been pissed. Zach's big thing is like preaching separation, and Mike is good enough to get plenty separation on that.
Try from here. Barrett with time, pumps, now steps up and runs. Inside the 20, inside the 10, Barrett to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Shout out JT Barrett. That's what he was good at. And I think, honestly, the reason I think Zach was the perfect receiver coach for this era is because JT Barrett wasn't super accurate. So it's like you needed guys to get tons of separation. Now, the new quarterback style is like very like pinpoint accurate. So it's like you just need good guys to be good route runners and like kind of get to their spots at the right time because the ball's going to be on the hands. And then it's like ball skills, like teach ball skills. But this unit had to get open because they didn't have an NFL quarterback, which is why I think 18 guys look so butt naked ass open at all times because they were so used to the Zach Smith style of like get open no matter what. And they also had a quarterback that was getting them, you know, ball on face mask every trip into Dwayne Haskins. But shout out to JT Barrett, man, for like, I mean, this was perfect. Like, showing off who he was. And like, he was a case of a quarterback that used the whole toolbox and kept moving the chains because of it.
He scores with 7 seconds left in the half.
He can beat you in so many ways. We saw it 2 weeks ago against Minnesota. He ran for 80-yard touchdown. You cover everybody downfield. Barrett finally decides to run the football. So much green grass, only a 3-man rush, and one move right there and a missed tackle. And JT Barrett has the speed to get to the end zone and ties up this football game.
How difficult is it, Brian, as a freshman to see the field the way he does and make plays like this to extend a play where it could have been a sack or he could have just thrown it away? Instead, Barrett, 44th touchdown.
Also, the guy who's fixing Caleb Williams as we speak deserves all the flowers in the world. Maybe the next quarterback coach at Ohio State. Who knows?
Down responsible for this year, a Big Ten record. Clinton kicking off. And Norfleet past the 10. Penalty marker down. Norfleet isn't though. Norfleet finally.
He was kind of shifty. I can't cap.
Brought down to the 28. Curtis Samuel, Evan Spencer are deep while kicking off. Short kickoff, and here is Samuel across the 20-yard line. And up to the 28.
Off of that touchdown drive.
And here's Barrett on the keeper on first down. Ahead of the 31 for 8 touchdowns this year. As Barrett keeps and gets dropped so far in the game. 3rd down and 6. And wide open is Jeff Hireman, the tight end, in the middle of the field. A fresh set of down for the Buckeyes. Another pass play. Barrett going to air it out, going deep. And the pass is on the money. Caught inside the 5 by Devin Smith. What a throw by JT Barrett.
Elite touch right there. Great throw. And I was thinking about, like, Pat talking about how, like, that's his Megatron, man. Devin.
Wide receiver for Ohio State for a long time. You give JT Barrett that amount of time in the pocket.
Barrett in the shotgun, gets the snap. Barrett takes off running, coming wide to the left. Barrett is going to take it into the end zone for his
The call. Shout out Radio Goat.
second rushing touchdown today. A 3-yard carry, his 11th rushing touchdown today. Wide to the left. Barrett is going to take it into the end zone for his second rushing touchdown today.
This was going to be a Heisman level performance, right? That's the 2 rushing touchdowns and the passing touchdown, and he's already that puts him up to what, 46 on the year, and he's a redshirt freshman. 46 tuds for a redshirt freshman. Oof.
3-yard carry, his 11th rushing touchdown of the year.
2
Play was
touchdowns.
over. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. That foul will be assessed on the kickoff. Score is good.
That's a point after. And it's back to
Cannot place that ball any better to Devin Smith.
And North and Brian, he completes some of those passes that were put in the first half. Couple of nifty fakes there, run and pass fake. And here it's 21-14, Ohio State, Michigan on 2nd down running. And Johnson between the tackles, 1st down and more. Great run as Johnson splatters the pile from the Michigan 42. Gardner, he's going to try a deep ball. It's underthrown and incomplete.
The ball was not intercepted by Tyvis.
Tyvis got to catch that, man.
Wow.
Gonna hand it off here. Norfleet with a crease into Buckeye territory.
Needed a water.
Holding. Offense number 88. 10 yards to spot and foul. 2nd down.
The Michigan fan growing up. As Gardner dumps it off, and wide open is Johnson. And Johnson takes it. Gardner to the air. And Gardner gets hit, and Funchess able to catch up to it on the sideline.
How tall was Funchess? So I gotta find out. Mm. 6'4", bro. Devin Funchess was kind of a specimen. Loki, a specimen.
Here's Johnson between the tackles. And stuffed at the 30. The Buckeye 30. Pressure coming. Gardner in trouble. Gets rid of it. And it's in. Penalty flag down. Might be a free play. Gardner in trouble. Fumbled the ball. It's recovered by Ohio State.
Offside. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
It's Carriage on 3rd and 1, and he's able to get it. Here's the pitch. Johnson going to throw it back. Gardner, the former receiver, catches it. Here's the pitch. Johnson going to throw it back. Gardner, the former receiver, catches it. Inside the 10. 1st and goal.
Thanks, Joshua Perry. And this is what rivalry games are about, like this kind of stuff right here. I wish Ohio State did more stuff like this. Obviously, like Ryan Day's such a pro, we don't really, but like, you know.
Inside the 5 for the Wolverines. Inside the 5. Johnson. In the first half. And now in 12 plays, 75 home. Just like last week against Indiana before the Buckeyes eventually pulled away. Here's Samuel on the return for the Buckeyes. And good coverage by Michigan. Samuel tackled out of an empty set. Barrett on the run here on first down. And Barrett gang tackled to the 25-yard line. 5 or 6 yards on. Elliott able to move the pile past the first down marker. Got to run Elliott again. And he's to the 35-yard line for second down and long.
The fact that this game was tied and that, like, again, like I hadn't seen Ohio State ever lose to Michigan, so like I still had no doubts in my mind they were going to win this game.
And here's Barrett, and good tackle there. Ohio State trying to keep the drive going with a quarterback run. Barrett bouncing off of a tackle. Next to this season, with regard to who the quarterback is, Barrett with time, and Barrett now has to step up with everybody covered.
For the quarterback.
They run Elliott straight ahead, and he's to the 47. What happens though? Barrett back to throw. Barrett hit, and he still delivers a strike. A first down catch by Michael Thomas.
This version of JT Barrett was actually a way better throw than the version I remember later on. Like way, way better.
Thomas.
His coverage, a blitz right up the middle. You stand in there, look down the barrel of the gun, and fire that ball in the only place that Michael Thomas can make that play. That right there is the reason why JT Barrett, in my opinion,
won. And now Barrett pulling it back, and wide open Nick Van Ant, who scored a first half touchdown.
I love Corey.
And now Barrett pulling it back, and wide open Nick Van Ant, who scored a first half touchdown. Gets a huge block. Finally tackled inside the 25.
again, a great read. The open receiver, he finds him. Take a look at Corey Smith.
Boomed his little shit, man. I love Corey, bro. What a guy, man.
A clean block, most importantly, but a great block by Corey Smith.
Take the lead. Here's a pitch to Elliott. Inside the 20 and upended. Ohio State picking up the tempo here. Barrett pumps and now in trouble in the pocket. Being chased from behind and gets rid of it. And here's Jalen Marshall getting a touch on third down. And Marshall inside the 10. And here's Jalen Marshall getting a touch on third down. And Marshall inside the 10. Banged out a play at the 7. Barrett off the edge. Down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. Barrett looking. And the pass incomplete. Second and goal.
Yeah, Zeke right there.
Barrett
Yeah.
looking. And the pass incomplete. Hit the back pylon intended for Corey Smith, but
Pass interference. Defense. Number
Fred Flintstone.
35. Foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
it's way off target. And now Barrett handing it off. Elliott powers in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Did his knee hit before the ball crossed the plane?
No, I think he's in there. It's pretty clear. Knee crossed that plane of the goal line before that knee went down.
The Buckeyes taking 6.5 minutes off the clock. And Nurnberger back in this game. Drake Johnson, will he be available after getting injured on that touchdown run? Going to be a style of back. Play fake. Gardner on the rollout. In trouble. Trying to stiff arm. And Gardner throws it away. Out of the backfield. Quarterback run. And there's nowhere for Gardner to go. He takes a big hit from Michael Bennett. These great rivalry games. And now with playoff implications. Michigan on 3rd and 8. Gardner's pass is low and incomplete. Intended for Darbo.
6 or 7 yards away.
Yeah, it looks like it's an incompletion. Last week and it worked against Maryland, but he'll kick it here. And it's a good punt. Marshall backing up. It takes a Michigan bounce inside the 25. Where they end up in the rankings. They're going to run Elliott on first down. And he's across the 30 and gets almost a first down. And they set a record today in the 111th meeting with Michigan, as with a second down and 1. And Barrett in trouble in the backfield.
Was that a rare bad read by JT on the zone
today
stuff?
In the 111th meeting with Michigan, as with a second down and 1.
It's the right read. A little tricky over there, I guess. Yeah, right read.
And Barrett in trouble in the backfield is brought down for a loss by Ojemudia. Some pushing and shoving after the play. And it's up to him for now for Ohio State. Pushing and shoving after.
Oh, that was the play he hurt his ankle.
Field is brought.
That play kind of altered Ohio State history. Okay, that's the play he hurt his ankle on. And then we saw Cardale.
Down for a loss by Ojemudia.
Yeah, because I remember it's coming back to me, the shoving over top of it, and he was looking at his ankle, and it was broken. And I think he sees it.
Some pushing and shoving.
He sees it.
After the play.
He's backing up. He sees it. They didn't get him. He put his arm up to come on. And then we see Cardale. And this is the start of the Cardale journey. Shout out Glenville, man.
And it's up to him for now for Ohio State. And on 3rd and 2, he is trying to push to get the first down. And it will be close.
Close game when he came into it. What a terrible zone read from Cardale first time.
To the play.
QB power.
And it's up to him.
I mean, I don't have the old 22. I'm not an old 22 guy, but you would think like maybe hit it here. What the fuck is he done? And why do the stanky leg? What the fuck?
For now for Ohio State, and on 3rd and 2, he is trying to push to get the first down. And it will be close.
We went for it here, right?
Bryanson, you have this emotional loss, and we'll see if they can respond and how Cardale Jones can respond.
Great punt by Johnston. The Buckeyes trying to keep it from going into the end zone. And no, it crossed the plane. It is that's a touchback.
It's been phenomenal. And certainly you're going to have, as you see, Michigan nowhere to run in between the.
Wow. Bennett, Bosa, Raekwon, Powell, Darren Lee.
Tackles. You're going to have
Stevie Miller. It's an iconic crew, man. Really iconic crew right there. Powell, Bosa, McMillan, Stevie. What a crew.
Davion Smith on first down. Now it's Gardner trying to get outside, and he's pushed out of play and did pick up. Gardner stepping up, looking for a running lane, and he can't find it. And he lost his lid on the play.
Bosa was a sicko, man, too. He did a lot of, like, extra nasty stuff that never got noticed, and people just chalked it up to high effort. But he was so fucking nasty down there, too.
Well, Raekwon McMillan on the tackle. Now a flag comes in.
I know Von Bell didn't just catch the flag, bro. Come.
Lost his lid on the play as well. Raekwon McMillan.
You caught the flag, Brody?
And he can't find it. And he lost his lid on the play as well. Raekwon McMillan.
Wow. Oh, yeah. First team all hands.
On the tackle. Now a flag comes in. It's caught by Von Bell.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 97. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
You got to hold up if you're Joey Bosa there.
Remember, he was offsides in the first half. That led to a Michigan touchdown. And that's
I like mistakes when they come at high effort. That's what Joey Bosa did right there.
just uncalled for there. You rip the helmet off. It's a face mask call, and then you rip it off. I mean, it's just not smart. It's not smart when you have the momentum in the second.
Another pass on first down. Gardner dumps it off. Carriage, and he is up near the 40. It is meant to Ohio State this year. And here's Smith. And he's able to get the first down into bumping off Gardner's helmet. Play action on first down. Gardner stepping up, and Gardner looking for running room. Inside the 40, Gardner working hard, gets the first down to the double lows in his senior year, but can go off on the highest of notes with a win at Ohio State. Northlead in trouble, brought down for a loss. About 2 or 3 as we 4. 2nd and long, and no running room there. Smith brought down by Darren Lee.
And this is a play you got to check out of if you're Devin Gardner. You got to see that play coming.
He's just 5 of 10 though outside of 40 yards this year. Gardner, and that one is nearly intercepted. Von Bell, who picked up.
Come on this season, playing that safety position, great break on the ball. It would have been a completion. I don't think it would have been a first
Closes on everything. I love Von Bell, dude. Love him.
down.
Auger up trying to pin the Buckeyes deep. This will hit inside the 5 and go into the end zone. Start of the year as the number 3 quarterback. Here's Elliott, and he gets about 4.
Jalen Marshall at quarterback.
And Marshall picks a hole and has the first down out near the 35.
Change up to have Jalen Marshall, the high school quarterback who's got greed. Penalty.
Yeah, we were going to give Jalen a drive. I got to ask Zach if we are going to give Jalen a drive. I love this from Jalen. I was geeking out about it because I love Jalen, again, was my favorite player on this team.
Flag down to
Ball start. Offense number 86. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
12 right there.
On 1st and 15, Jones will throw, and that one off target. Elliott across the formation, quarterback run. Jones past the 30, turns it upfield, and Jones tripped up, but after he got the first down.
Shows that he can run as well. They had the perfect play call. They brought a blitz from the field. Greg Madison tried.
And eventually Herman was hired as Elliott on a pound between the tackles gets to about midfield for a 3-yard pickup. Here comes Marshall, that touch pass to Marshall, and he can't get the corner. Well defended by the Wolverines. Jones gonna swing it out, and Corey Smith fighting for the first down. And Elliott has the first down and more, and Elliott's gonna have a touchdown on 4th and 1. Elliott.
This was like the moment of the breakthrough before the major breakthrough, right? This was the Zeke. Here I am. I'm here. I'm really good at this. And if JT Barrett's not here and they ask me to do more, I can do more. And that's what it was. Like, JT Barrett got hurt, but I can do more. Let's rock. This moment right here is like one of the like iconic runs that I remember. It's like up there with like for me, I just watched, but the J.K. Dobbins dunk on you run with, you know, the run in the natty that he had, kind of shielding things away, with the, you know, Justin Fields throw, with the Kris, like this. I put this in my tank of like, okay, wow, like this was the moment before the national breakthrough, but the Ohio State breakthrough. And it was 4th and 1 too. 4th and 1. You got so much going on, right? Because you got to respect Cardale Jones because he already took one off on this drive. You got to respect Jalen Marshall because he's fantastic with the ball in his hands. But this guy right here, that's the one.
Elliott has the first down and more, and Elliott's going to have a touchdown on 4th and 1. Yeah. Elliott takes it to the house.
And then he did the Troy Smith.
Execute it to perfection. You got a great chance of winning.
Great blocking up front. Ryan can't get the ankle tackle, and Ezekiel Elliott into the end zone. Urban Meyer's team up 2 scores late.
Bam. Bam. Look at my dog back here, dude. Look at my dog back here. Look at my dog. Little smirk. Urban little smirk.
Didn't want to take away from Luke Fickell and cause a distraction by being on the air that day, so asked off, and then was later named the head coach of the Buckeyes. The rumors were going on at that point. Northlead past the 20-yard line.
And Jalen Marshall, both of them run. All 3 guys run. That leaves the counter wide open on the.
Now Devin Gardner down 2 scores, needs to work fast. The completion out near. He's had a great year. Another 1,000-yard rushing season. 121 today and 2 scores.
Great performance, Zeke.
And he's such a multi-purpose player. He's kind of like in the basketball, that move without the football in his hands. He does a great job.
Diving to make the season. Here comes a blitz. It's picked up. Gardner, though, is wrapped up by Bosa. The ball's out. Darren Lee's got it for Ohio State. Going for the exclamation point. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And what the fuck did this dude come on doing a bump, bro? Bump, bro. Because now, like, it was close, and now we're going to belt to ass. It's close, and now this game won't be remembered as close to doing a bump me. Sweet.
Points are there.
To go.
They've struggled. He's done it all game long. Gets a hand on the football, and then Lee, the true freshman, the beneficiary, picks it up, and that's a microcosm of Michigan season all year long. You just, once you pump that ball, especially in a game like this where you know you've been pressured all game, once you pump that, Ohio State led by Cardale Jones versus a JT Barrett.
Maybe a touchback here.
How the committee's going to do this. I don't know how they're going to look at injury. You see this completion to Jake Butt. I don't know how they're going to treat this injury. They've been to the 10 championship and won the national championship for all I know. But the thing is, we don't know. And so how do you...
There's a lot can happen. They can move up in the standings by virtue of their teams losing. Another sack for Bosa. The helmet of Gardner comes off again. This time, no foul on Bosa.
Good. Good, Joey. Yeah, no penalty. Loose helmet, no penalty. No penalty.
Here in rivalry weekend, let's bring Tom in down to the field.
You know, guys, we talk about
teams lose in front of him.
This also was the first case, as we waited for like the injury news to come out. Like, this is the first case of like a quarterback for a team looking to compete getting hurt, and then it's like, you know, what do you do from there? And obviously, like they believe they moved up one this week, and then obviously the Wisconsin game was all right. We feel comfortable with this team being a playoff team, even without JT Barrett. Like if Florida State would have had a game like this a couple years ago, they'd have been in, and like so forth, so on and so forth.
They'll be in the top four because of those teams falling. As Gardner throws, and it is caught by Funchess for a first down. Or no,
I think he's uniquely qualified to take this program in the position it is now.
With 2:14 left, and Gardner will take off, and Gardner gets the first down.
And it's sometimes you fall in love with a position, and he's come to the rescue of this program in a very dire situation. What's going on in the university? There's a lot going on, and I think Jim Hackett has the skill set to manage all that. Man, great person, and he's a good football coach.
Gardner's pass overthrown. There's a flag down.
Holding. Defense number.
Gardner going to the end zone, and another flag.
Pass interference. Defense number 13. 15 yards from the previous spot.
Devin Gardner. As Gardner rolls out and throws. And now that's obviously something that has lacked the last few years with him unconditional. Here's the onside kick by Michigan, and an easy recovery.
Spencer.
For Evan Spencer of Ohio State. Only one more timeout for Michigan. And Urban Meyer knows it. Going to be another undefeated regular season in conference play. Urban Meyer will be 35-3. The team in conference play. Urban Meyer.
First time in rivalry history, 40 points back-to-back games. Wow, that's crazy. I feel like it's been back-to-back 40-point games a bunch.
Be 35-3. The team since then. And Michigan season. Jones takes a knee, and that's it. Michigan season is over. Ohio State keeps its playoff hopes alive.
I wanted to see the good old handshake. That was awesome. Obviously, like JT Barrett's first intro to the rivalry game, he ended up leaving the rivalry game, and then it kind of set up, honestly, maybe the greatest 3-game run in the history of college football in terms of like storylines, in terms of like performances. But the game was crazy. I do want to look up some of the stats from that game, 2014. I feel like that game was really forgotten about too in the ethos. As much as you could forget about, like, the game, I guess, I'll say. 2014 OSU versus Michigan. Ooh, 2014 Ohio State, Michigan. I got to pull it up here. Wow, Devin Gardner out through, but he dropped back more times. JT Barrett only had the 1 touchdown in the air. Let's see box. JT Barrett with 3 total touchdowns, 89 rushing yards to go with Zeke's 121 and 2 touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys caught passes for both teams, actually. It's really good stuff. Drake Johnson, man. Why do I not remember Drake Johnson at all? Devin Gardner. Dennis Norfleet, I feel like I know. Justice Haynes. Yeah, man. What a group. This is a blast, man. I miss the feeling of Ohio State beating Michigan. I would like to have it this year. But, introduction-wise, like if Julian State has a 3-touchdown game against Michigan this year, that'd be awesome. But anyway, if you like this, make sure you leave a like and a sub. Doing these for the rivalry series. And then also, if there's any other games you want me to go back and watch, Ohio State or anybody, just drop a comment below and I'll go take care of it. But anyway, thanks for 4,200 subs, and I'll hold you guys soon.